Hi everybody, greetings from isolation. 2 weeks in, this is where we're at. I may give the impression that I'm stir crazy and I don't know what else to do with myself, but I have a lot of things to do and I hope you do too. I hope you guys are getting busy, staying focused, learning something new, playing some music, making some art, having some ideas, thinking about how you want to transform yourself and how you want to see the world transformed after all this. It's what I've been doing. It's what I've been doing all along. Is thinking about the future. That's what makes us different as a species. We think about the future. You could argue, it's debatable. Some people obviously don't. Some people think of the immediate now. Some people look at the bottom line. Some people look at this quarter. But for those of you who are forward thinking, as human beings should be, and thinking of the future generations, the future of the planet, future survival of our whole human species going forward. It's more than just you. It's more than just us. It's about the future. Enough of my ranting. Some of the people have been asking me, to sing some songs, keep everybody entertained while we're shut down. I haven't done any live streaming yet. I really, quite frankly, haven't figured out how to do it yet. I haven't prioritized learning that. But I do know how to make videos and upload them and put them in. I'm learning all the time. So let me do a song for you guys. A lot of people ask me to do these songs, and they ask me questions like, "What's your favorite band?" Right? Who are your influences? And I can tell you, it's hard to pick a favorite band. If I had to put the top of the pyramid, two of them are equally sharing spots, and that's Pink Floyd and the Beatles. Without those two bands, I don't know who I would be. I can't even begin to express how much, even especially Pink Floyd, like the first time I understood the lyrics of Time and understood exactly what Roger Waters was saying. Oh my God. It changed the way I think. It changed the way I approach my everyday. It changed the way I write songs. I don't know what kind of songwriter I would be. I don't know if I would put as much time into thinking about actually saying something of value. I was listening to a lot of just like just kind of throwaway pop rock or garbage rock or whatever at the time when I was younger. And when I discovered Pink Floyd, man, so much changed for me. Some people said, "Oh my God, it's so depressing. I can't listen to Pink Floyd. It's depressing." And I got a lot of guff, especially from my first wife. But I got to tell you, man, maybe I am depressing. Maybe I do focus on negative subjects a lot. But you know what? There are a lot to be focused on. And sometimes we have to think about, like in the 12-step programs, if any of you are familiar with that. First step is recognize you have a problem. And the whole reason that we get angry in the first place about anything is to acknowledge within ourselves that something needs changing so that we can find a place of comfort. This is why we get angry. This is why we are disturbed and frustrated with things, because we know things could be different. We know things could be better, and that's a good thing. So do I approach a lot of negative subjects? Yeah. Deforestation, exploitation, all of these things. Inequity? Yeah, I focus on all that. And it's a problem. When I see a problem, it's like a little thread on the sweater. I want to pull on it. It needs to be addressed. And we should all be addressing it. Recognize we have a problem. There are problems in the world. Does that mean that it should bring us down? No, of course. Of course not. Because we can change them. We can fix them. We don't need to feel helpless. We just need to get in the way. It's interesting, we put so much faith in our elected officials. We put so much faith in world leaders. We argue about this side, that side, and which side's going to ruin everything and which side's going to save everything. And the reality is, most people are out for themselves. They really are. They're out to be reelected. They're out to raise funds. When they're worried about what their constituents think, it's not necessarily first on their list, the voters. It's their donors. And that's the reality of it. I hate to shatter anybody's illusions of right or left, but nobody's going to donate millions of dollars to a particular political candidate without hedging their bets on the other side, because the whole reason they're donating any money at all is because they know that they have the influence over the system. Legislation will be made to suit them. And some people say, oh, well, no, you know, poor person never gave me a job. Let them run the country. Listen, people, they're destroying the world. The world. Every ecosystem, we're all in these isolated little bubbles, and we don't see the hardships, but there are people. I mean, this whole coronavirus lockdown for us is tragic. Losing jobs for so many, it's tragic. But man, look around the world and look what's truly tragic, you know? And I don't know, I'm gonna stop preaching, I'm gonna play some music. But Pink Floyd, let me get back on it. I love Pink Floyd, and I love the way that they look at it. A lot of people say they're too political or whatever. You know what, man? What's the point of having a talent if you aren't using it to express what you truly think and feel, right? And we know that the subject matter of songs changes lives and changes the world. Look at the impact the Beatles had on culture and society, right? Tell me that music does not give us the vehicle to share ideas. What would the 60s have been without the music, right? So yeah, music should be political. It doesn't have to be, but there's certainly no law or rule against it. You know, people complain about people using their time at the Oscars to talk about this cause or that cause. Well, hey, these causes need to be addressed. You remember when Marlon Brando set that Indian woman to accept or to refuse his Oscar because of the stuff that was happening at, I think, Wounded Knee, right? The standoff at Wounded Knee in the 60s. And there were all types of standoffs, Alcatraz Island and all types of things. Marlon Brando used his notoriety to deflect that spotlight onto something that really mattered. Way more than some stupid trophy, right? Acknowledgement is good, but come on, let's focus on what's real. So whatever your thoughts and opinions are, if people should just shut up, if I should just shut up, I'm not gonna, right? And you shouldn't either. We should be having thoughts. We should be having discourse, not arguing, not trying to change each other's worldview, but trying to find the common truth in all of our points of view. The reality is whether we're all fine, good, be grateful. There are people who are not, and they deserve attention. They deserve our help. And the world is not fine. Ecosystems, every ecosystem on this planet is in decline, and it's happening in front of us. And we can debate on the causes, but yeah, humans are involved. Humans are directly responsible, and we need to look going forward. How do we want to responsibly affect change on this planet, for good or for worse? I don't know. Are we parasites or are we beneficial? Are we caterpillars or are we butterflies, right? What are we going to become? Anyway, I'm going to shut up and play a song. Pink Floyd, my favorite. The Beatles, my favorite. Opeth, an absolute favorite. If you haven't heard them yet, check them out. Their later stuff is easier to take on at first. I love it all. Here we go. On the wind, it's sailing through crossed out name on another wrinkled page. Carry me home, 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 carry me home. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Well, I can tell I got some strings about ready to go. It's time to replace the strings. Everybody, dust off your instruments. Dust off your music. Get out and play. Get out and read. Get out and learn something. Do, you know, live your life and make it enriching, right? Let's improve ourselves, right? Let's transform. Let's think about why we think what we think. Let's think about why we do what we do. Let's think about how we really want to be and how we really want to show up in this world. Be good out there, everybody. Stay healthy, stay well. Use caution, right? Even if you're not afraid of how it's going to affect you to be sick, right? It's going to affect somebody. Even if you think, oh, I'm a big, strong person or whatever, I get the flu all the time, and you hear all the people saying it. Listen, man, I don't want to be inappropriate, but just think about like how long it takes for the smell of somebody's fart to dissipate. Those are the molecules of their body floating around in the atmosphere around us, right? So if you're out breathing and coughing and sneezing and you're sick, even if you are big and strong, and even if you're not worried, and even if you think, oh, it's going to be no worse than a flu or a bronchitis, I've had that before, or whatever, it's going to kill somebody. It's going to be out there. And if we have directives to stay in and stay isolated, let's do it, right? You know, we don't always have to be out and about. We can socialize in other ways. And think of what meaningful living you can really do with this time if you truly take advantage of it for the gift that it is. All right, I love you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and listening to me ramble. Give me some notes and comments. You know, if you have ideas, things you want to hear my opinion on, or what I want to talk about, or if you just want to, you know, if you don't want to hear my opinion, say nothing, right? Because it's not like you're going to watch anyway. So go bother someone else, right? I'm trying to do something with my time. But give me some thoughts and opinions. If you have a request for a song you'd like me to perform for you, I'll be happy to do it. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you.